Sir, very good morning, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Hello.
Sir, good
Hello.
morning.
Hi.
Ratul sir.
Good morning. Yeah. Hi.
Hi,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
You are audible. Yeah.
Namaste,
You are
sir.
audible.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yeah. We can start now.
Okay. Sir, very good morning. Good morning to all. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the invited talk session of second international conference on Computational Intelligence and Generative AI CIGAI 2026, organized by Aditya Institute of Technology and Management, AITAM-CSE, in association with Springer. So to begin this session on this auspicious note, I request everyone to kindly rise our national anthem, Vande Mataram. Please stand up. Audio on చేయండి.
वन्दे मातरम् सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतला सस्यश्यामलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना
ঢলটা কোথায় গেল রে? রুশো ওইখানে আছে। না না ঠিক আছে।
And platform integration at the enterprise level. These foundational years were built major technology and infrastructure firms, including IBM, HP, AWS, and Azure, where we developed the expertise in infrastructure engineering. This technical grounding gave the launch parameters for increasingly senior architects and leadership roles at Azure and business. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hello, hi.
It is my privilege to introduce Ratul Bhattacharjee, Senior Solution Architect, TCS Singapore. Ratul sir is a Senior Cloud Solutions Architect based in Singapore, bringing over 20 years of experience across AWS, Azure, and GCP environments. His career reflects a steady evolution from hands-on enterprise infrastructure engineering into strategic multi-cloud architecture, security, and most recently AI, Gen AI platform integration at the enterprise level. His foundational years were built at major technology and infrastructure firms including IBM, HP, Atos, and Gemalto, where he developed deep expertise in enterprise infrastructure engineering. This technical grounding became the launchpad for a series of increasingly senior architecture and leadership roles at Neolite and TCS. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sanjay ma'am. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So now,
Should I share the presentation?
sir, pardon?
Shall I share the presentation?
Sir, can you please share your presentation or shall I share, sir?
Yeah, okay.
Sir, you can share your PPT, sir. Is that okay, sir?
Yeah, you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir, I can see. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, we are truly honored of your presentation and your presence, especially after your busy schedule you have joined the item today. So we look forward to benefiting your knowledge, expertise, and valuable insights. So thank you very much. Kindly start your session. The lecture stage is yours. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, good morning, everybody. So thanks to inviting me for giving me the opportunity to tell about something about the all over like a security, AI, like a cloud framework and all these things. So let's start now and we can discuss uh, in the presentation deck whatever we have, and it can be a interactive session. You can ask questions in between or in the at the last stage of when we are doing the discussion. Let's start now. So what we are going to discuss here now is the Azure cloud adaptation framework with security and AI. So here actually I mentioned like Azure only, but this framework, what I am talking about is not only for Azure. You can actually can use it for AWS, you can use for GCP, OCI, or whatever cloud platform is there. You can use it for anything. And before we start, I just want to tell you here that why this framework is important. So everywhere nowadays, people are actually talking about AI, that we need to do AI, we need to learn AI, we need to implement AI, application need to run with AI. But where we will run this AI? If we want to run the AI, we need a kind of a very high computer system or kind of a application, something you require, some kind of infrastructure you require, IT infrastructure. Either you have the data center like some of the very big players like Microsoft, Google, all these guys have their own data center, they are running their AI there. Or like the enterprise, what they are kindly doing right now, like suppose any kind of bank, a big multinational bank. So they don't have their own data center to run AI. But how in that case they will run AI? So in that case, they will go to the cloud. They will adopt the cloud adoption framework or kind of a framework, cloud framework. With the security, they will run the AI application there. So that's why it is when you are talking about AI, it is important to know about the framework the total framework where you will run the AI. And AI is not a particular part only to run the application, but before that, any enterprise or anywhere you are going to run AI, you also need to cover the security part. So that's why here, whatever I am going to present is altogether about the cloud framework with security and AI. Okay, let's start now. So little bit about myself. I think the madam already introduced about myself, but just to little bit to add that I have total 22 years of experience. And out of that, actually 20 years I'm working in Singapore in different companies as a cloud solution architect and work in different multi-cloud architecture like AWS, Azure, GCP, and security models. Also currently started working in OpenAI, AWS, AI, Azure related AI and all these things. Network side also I have some security AI tools like Palo Alto, Zscaler, all these things I have some experience. So altogether around 22 years experience. And it started with, when I started that time, it was like a data center kind of a on-premise environment. Later on, cloud is came. Now is AI. So all together, I can tell you some experience what I have and can share with you. So today the agenda is mainly 5 agenda what we are actually talking about. The first one is the cloud adoption framework. Then some phases I actually mentioned here, like 6 phases, that how we will adopt that cloud adoption framework, then security baseline, then the AI adoption and governance, and the next step, how we will adoption the roadmap and all these things. If you have any question, you can also ask in between, or maybe at last we can have a question and answer session. So first thing is, what is cloud adoption framework? So as I mentioned, that if you want to run any AI application, you need to adopt cloud, and that is also you need to learn, or you need to understand that how it is actually working. Maybe you are a AI engineer or working as a AI expert, but before you learn about AI, you need to know about little bit about security, need to know about the cloud and all these things, so that it will be easier for you to run any AI application. So what actually the cloud adoption framework work? The cloud adoption framework is like a framework where it will give you the altogether everything like to run a particular system. Like suppose networking components. Like if you want to run some servers, some application and all these things, from one location to another location, maybe from in different part of India or outside India, maybe some application are running. So you need to connect the dots. You need the networking components. You need to know about the how network is actually working. So the cloud adoption framework will give you the networking components to run. With that, it will be also there is a firewall setup like security tools like what actually I mentioned about earlier, like a Palo Alto firewall, FortiGate firewall. So firewall devices will also be there. Then there will be a storage account, storage actually required to save the data. So you need to save the data. There is a multiple type of data available in the market where you can save the data. So different type of storage account is available. So you need to get a storage device. Then you need the server, like a virtual server, a VM, which is called the virtual machine. So all these things actually, how you will plan this one is totally called the cloud adoption framework. So here it is a kind of a guidance that how you will run it. So kind of a architectural blueprint that how you will do that. So every cloud organization like Microsoft, AWS, GCP have their own cloud adoption framework. It is almost same, but it is in different way they actually manage it. And the main thing here actually they mention here that shared ownership model or shared responsibility model. What actually happen is you are actually running a cloud environment, which is you have taken from maybe Microsoft or AWS, but you are running for your organization. That is maybe your enterprise application you are running there. So for your organization, when you are running, so you also have some responsibility that what you actually taken from Microsoft Azure, you should also taken care about the security. You also taken care that the servers are running properly 24/7, so people can access that one. So that's why it is a shared responsibility model. Not only the cloud provider is a responsible here, the enterprise or the organization who is using it, they are also responsible for that. So that is the way, it is the framework which we are talking about. Next, here actually we are mentioning about the different phases, that how we will implement that one. So before implement anything, we need to know about the business justification. Anything when you are running in cloud, it will cost you OpEx, like operational cost. So there is two type of cost actually. Normally one is CapEx cost, another one is OpEx cost. So CapEx is the capital cost, OpEx is the operational cost. So CapEx mainly required when you create a on-premise data center, a physical data center. You need to build the data center, you need a building, you need the power, electricity, generator, all these things you require. So that is a capital cost. But when you get a cloud environment from somewhere like from Microsoft Azure or AWS, that time you will get a operational cost. You will use it. After that, somebody will send you a bill, a monthly invoice, and you need to pay it. So it is a pay as you go model. So when you are actually using something, so you need to understand that whether business required it or not. Suppose I want to get a ChatGPT, want to get some prompt from ChatGPT. But after some time, when you are doing the prompt, a lot of things you are asking to ChatGPT, after some time it will tell you that ChatGPT is busy. If you want to get more things from ChatGPT, you need to upgrade that one. So you need to pay for that in that case. So here also same thing, when a business is running, so maybe business can start with a small item with a one or two virtual machine or something. After that, maybe we need to grow that one. So the business need to think about how they will run it. So that is the strategy, that in next 1 to 2 years or next 2 to 5 years, how the business will run, how they will adopt the cloud security and AI model. So that's business justification. Internally, the business have to maintain. So that is the strategy you need to follow. After that, when the strategy is followed, that the management is actually okay with that strategy, that they have some kind of business justification, then they will go to the plan, that this is the way we will plan it, and after that we will implement that. So that is why it is coming like strategy, plan, ready, and then after that it will adopt. So adopt, how we will adopt this one? So it may happen that some enterprise may be running something in on-premise environment, but that is a legacy system. That system is running maybe last 20 years, but they want to upgrade it and they want to go to the cloud. In that case, what will happen? They need to migrate some of the application, which is still maybe they can use, and some application they maybe need to retire, means that application cannot be used in cloud. They need to create a separate application for that. So that's why we need to adopt, we need to do like a kind of some kind of migration, application migration, virtual machine migration, infrastructure migration we may need to do. And we need to innovative also in that case, that some of the things maybe newly we need to adopt or newly need to plan it so that it can come in the cloud. After it come to cloud, then what we do, we need to see that it should be secured. It should be a secure environment. Like suppose you are running something and the data is actually exposed to the market and anybody can see your data. That should not be the case. So you have to put a governance or kind of a security environment. Security you need to put, it is called the guardrails. So that your data, your application, and your system is secured and nobody can hack that one. So if you can manage these total five, then your system is ready. And after that, it will go to the operation side, like day two operation. It's called day two. Means once the system is ready, then it called day two operation. Means it will go to the operation business as usual, and people will use it people will start to use it, and it will go to operation. Operation team will take care about how this operation is running. So sometime maybe you need to patch the server. When there is a Windows update, you need to do Windows update. Sometimes there is a new rule need to put in the firewall. So all these things, it is called day two operation. So in that, these 6 phases, we will plan that how we will adopt the cloud framework, and we will run a application inside. So here actually, whatever I mentioned about the strategy, it is mentioned here actually, the business justification. Same thing actually it is mentioned. So I'm not going to tell you again that they will actually consider about the cost, the growth, company growth, and all these things. Then we'll decide that about the strategy. Same thing here actually also mention like the plan. They will plan it like a process, technology, and all these things. Then the ready option, when it is coming, there actually they will think about the network. They will think about the identity, like how you will connect to the application. So in Azure, there is an option called Entra ID. It's an Active Directory called. Earlier it is called Active Directory. Now it is called Entra ID. So how you will log into the server, how you log into the system. So that is actually managed by identity. Network is kind of a full network components, like how you will connect from one network component to another network component, or one server to another server, one location to another location. So that is actually maintained by network. And then the management, like if something happen, there will be a monitoring capacity, so people will get alerted. And there will be some policy also that like you cannot do this one, you cannot do that one. The backup should be there always for all the servers. So this type of policy will put in place. And definitely the security, like there will be a security baseline. We will mention that. We will create that one, and we will actually follow that one. So this is the ready on option for the foundation part. Then the architectural, that how you will create the total framework. So here the framework called is landing zone. In when you will think about cloud adoption framework, so there the main category where which one you need to create first actually, to so that people can create the application, people can migrate the application, so that everything is ready, the platform is ready. So that platform readiness here called landing zone. So it is a landing zone, kind of a landing. We normally say for a web application or website, we say like landing page. So here it is called landing zone. Landing zone means that it is a platform where people will connect for different purpose. Like they will connect with the identity, they will connect with a internet facing workload. It can be internet facing workload, it can be internal facing workload. So suppose you are running with a corporate network, enterprise have a corporate network. So corporate network, they normally don't go public, so they connect internally. So there will be internal, all the IPs, public IPs will be, IP address will be internal IP. Now suppose you want to connect a banking website like icsabank.com, sbi.com, or whatever may be. So in that case, what will happen? You need a public website. That public website need to be internet facing. So these are the things we will maintain in the landing zone architecture. So this is the way we will plan, and then we will adopt, and we will, after adopt, we will actually implement the things. So if you see here, this is the architectural diagram which I actually taken from the Microsoft website. This is the way actually the actual architecture actually created, or normally we create the landing zone infrastructure. Once this type of infrastructure is ready, then we go to adopt the AI application or different type of legacy application want to migrate. Whatever we want to do, we do with all these things. So before that, we need to come with this landing zone setup. So this setup is very important. Without this, you cannot do the other thing. So here actually also mention like adopt, which I actually already told you, like migrate, innovate. So you want to migrate something from your on-premise environment. So how you will migrate it? So that is mentioned here. Then the government, the policy driven guardrails, like you want to manage cost, right? So as I mentioned, it is a OPEX model. OPEX means operational cost. So somebody will send you a bill after you 1 month, after you use this cloud environment 1 month, and you need to pay the bill. So if you don't use it properly, the bill can be very high. So you need to know the cost management, how you will manage the cost. Then the security baseline, like you need to put some security policies and all these things. So that nobody can hack your system. Then you need to put like identity, like how you will create your account inside, whether when you are actually using logging to the system, that time whether it will ask for a secondary option. Like suppose nowadays when you connect to a banking system, it will ask for OTP. Okay, so it is a secondary like security system. Like you, if you want to connect, not only your username password is valid, you need to get a OTP in your mobile phone. You put your OTP, then only you can go inside. So this is the identity baseline you need to put. Then the resource, how you will put the resource inside, like what will be the resource name, what will be the standard of monitoring, that you have lot of thousands of server maybe inside you are running. How will maintain that? How will know that these servers are running properly? So you need to put monitoring and alerting system in place, so that the key person who is maintaining that one in the operation side or somewhere, they can get the alert that something down, the server is down, or some inside the application is down, or the CPU is very high for that particular server. So all these things they will get. And then the deployment is coming here, that how you will deploy the infrastructure. So here the infrastructure, earlier what happened, we will create all the infrastructure one by one and all these things. It will take long time. Suppose you want to adopt the AI and with security and the landing zone infrastructure, it will take maybe 6 months to 1 year to come in the picture to get all these things done. But nowadays there is an option available, infrastructure as a code or templates. You can run some kind of script, and you can actually through scripting or through the coding, you can actually deploy the total environment very easily and in a very small, means in a, suppose earlier you were running it is 6 month time, now maybe you can do it in the 3 month time. So the timing will go down, and with less people you can do that one. Maybe 10 DevOps guy is available, and then they can do this infrastructure deployment. So these are the governance policy driven guardrails we need to put, so that your structure is concrete. Means you can, whatever, suppose you are building a house, so the pillar and all these things should be good, so that it can rise until 10th floor or maybe more than that. So that is the function here that we need to take care. Then operation, suppose now everything is there. Now maybe earlier we started with 100 servers. Now we are growing. We have 200 server, 300 server. So how you will manage the operation? So operation day by day, when you have your business will grow, so your total infrastructure will also grow. And if something happened to your business or your application, the application is down or something happened, in that case, you need to do DR. It's called disaster recovery plan, so that the DR can be done and your system can be restored. The backup and disaster recovery solution should be there, so that your system can be restored. So these type of things we need to plan, and we need to implement in the operation side. We need to manage it. So that is the mention here. Now we can go to the security baseline. So earlier, whatever we discussed, it is all the framework, like landing zone framework, that we are building that one. We build the infrastructure, or we build a house. And then once the house is built, then we can go inside and we can stay there. Same thing here also. So now suppose the building is built and we can go inside, but how will go? So to go inside, we should have some door or something. So in that way, here also same thing. We have identity, like we have some kind of account, so that with that account, we can log into the system. We can log into the cloud portal. But how we log in? With least privilege. Least privilege means you only should have access to the application or the virtual machine which you are accessing. You should not access everything. Suppose there is 1000 servers are running and you are actually creating one particular application, or you are part of that team. Suppose now people will give you 1000 server access and you go inside and you check here and there, you do something, then it will be very difficult. So people need to give you access to the particular that application. So that is called the least privilege. And explicitly, you need to, the cloud or the total security system need to authenticate you for a particular system or particular access. It's not for everything. So that is actually mentioned here. And if there is some breach happen, there will be some monitoring capacity should be there. So it can detect and it can alert people that something happened. Please check that one. Somebody tried to hack the system. Please check that one. So this type of zero trust principle should be there. So that is the security is coming in the picture. So we discuss about the infrastructure, to build the infrastructure, that is the framework or landing zone. After that, we are discussing about the zero trust principle or the security. So security also have different layer like identity layer, network layer, data layer, operation layer, governance layer. So all this layer, what they do, they also like it's a different type of layer. Like identity is for your access, network is for, suppose you have lot of network devices, firewall and all these things. So these should be capable to run within your network system. Nobody should able to hack your network system. If the network is hacked, then they can go inside. Same thing about data. You maybe have hundreds of terabytes of data inside, which is very important to your organization. And if somebody able to access that data, it can leak outside. People can get access to their data. Your opponent business owner can get that data and can get everything. So for the data also need to give least privilege and need to do encryption at rest. Encryption need to keep in some of the vault. It is called key vault in cloud. So there you can keep the encryption data and the keys, so that whenever there is a requirement, people can get the key and can open the data. So operation also same thing, like we need to mention that how the operation will run. We need to create the operational structure. So there is some Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Microsoft Sentinel, all these tools are available, which will give you the total operational structure so that you can run the operation in cloud. Last is coming the governance. Governance is like a policy, that how you will maintain the policy. Suppose I created a house and there is a 2-door. Okay, I actually built a house and there is a 2-door. But normally, people normally come, I always told people that people always come from the main door. Only I can go in the back door. So this type of things we need to put in the governance also, that how people will access, how people will go inside in the structure or in the cloud, and how the people will access the application. So all this policy will put. So this is the security control by layer. So here, whatever about the security we are talking about, everything is related to different layer. Like security should be put in multi-layer, not in one layer. Okay, so it is in identity, it is also in network, it is also in data operation governance. So everywhere security is there, so that if it is breach in one case, it should be able to handle the situation in network stage or in the data stage. So that's why In every state, security is there, multi-layer security is there. Then it is coming to the AI adoption. So suppose you are very interested to learn about AI, right? Like nowadays, everybody want to use AI, want to learn AI and want to become AI engineer, AI expert, and AI implementer and all these things. So that is have market demand. So earlier, whatever we discussed, that is to adopt the AI, first thing what you need to do, you need to create the architecture, you need to create the framework, then you need to put the security in place. Once everything is there, then now the AI adoption is coming. So same thing here also, 6 phases are there. Suppose you have all these things are running in enterprise customer you want to support that one, and they already running some application. They are already running some application from last 20 years. Now they ask you that I am running already all this application, but this is already become old legacy application. I want to adopt some kind of AI so that I can get the output faster with less people. So that time the structure is already there. Now you need to adopt the AI. So AI also same thing. You need to understand what is the strategy of the business, what they want. So you need to understand the AI strategy. Then you need to plan the AI. Then you need to ready the AI infrastructure. Then you need to govern the AI infrastructure. Then you secure the AI infrastructure and manage the AI. So it's totally again the 6 phases, like what actually earlier we discussed for the landing zone infrastructure or the framework infrastructure. Same thing we need to see again and again here also in the AI related environment. And we need to discuss all these things with the customer or with the enterprise level where you are working or where you are going to work. And then we need to decide what type of AI you want to adopt. So responsible AI governance. So it's kind of, it should be fairness, inclusiveness, all these things are transparency should be there, accountability is there, privacy and security is there. So all this, what will be there as AI governance? So that is the responsibility. So it is same thing like a security. So you should be giving a least privilege account for running AI application and all these things. Transparency should be there. So all these things is mentioned here. Here, actually, I just mentioned something which actually I taken from the Microsoft website. Like you are actually maintaining suppose somebody hired you for a particular AI adoption, actually, like suppose some companies are running legacy application and they want to adopt the AI now. AI is everywhere. They also want to know about AI and they want to create some AI application. They want to know from you that how AI can be adapted in their organization. So in that case, what will do? You also run the 6 phases. So you need to know the capabilities, that what Microsoft has the capability and what the companies want to do. Okay, so here if you see the end user, each AI use cases. So use cases I mentioned here. Like suppose somebody want to get a automate business functionality. Okay, if it is yes, then it will go to Microsoft 365 Copilot and agents. So it will run like a kind of some agent, and it will try to do some kind of automate your documents, how you will create the documents, how you will create the PowerPoint presentation, how you will create the Excel. Suppose you have lot of finance related calculation in Excel. But when you will try to do this one manually, it will take long time. But if you have Copilot agents, it will help you to do this one in lesser time. So you need to understand the business strategy or business function, what business required. And then you need to advise the customer that this is the use cases you have, this is you want, and I can recommend you to do this one, to adopt this kind of AI functionality. So here actually it is mentioned about all this AI functionality. You can go through later that how Microsoft Azure is giving different tools or different AI capabilities so that you can adopt that one, you can implement that one in your organization. So if you want to run some kind of own AI application you want to create. So here if you see Microsoft Foundry, so there is a tool or kind of a service available where you can create your own AI application. No need to think about SaaS like a Microsoft Copilot or Microsoft 365. Some company maybe want to create their own AI application. So in that case, you can adopt the Microsoft Foundry as a service, and inside you can create the AI. So that is the way here actually mention everything, that what will be the use cases, what will be the decision you have to taken for different purpose. So you need to know the purpose of the organization. What is the purpose to use the AI? It's not like ChatGPT, what we are doing now as a prompt. That is, we are giving some prompt and actually we are getting some result. But company don't want the prompt from you. They want to create a value system, a product value or a value so that their company can run faster. So that is why you need to take a decision, you need to discuss with the customer and you need to understand what they are actually required. And then you have to take decision. So here also different landscape or different type of service available for Microsoft, like OpenAI service, foundation model for generative application, AI Foundry, like you can create your own AI application and agents there. No need to go for a already built application like Microsoft 365 or Copilot. You can build your own service. Microsoft AI service like language and speech API, different type of API available, which you can use for different AI application. And machine learning is custom model training, deployment, and monitoring. So you can train the model which you are actually doing through Azure AI Foundry in the machine learning, and you can create the application. So all these services which we are talking about in AI, all are interconnected. It's not that only you need to use the AI Foundry. You need to maybe use the machine learning also with AI Foundry so that some of the things can be done through machine learning, some of the things can be done through AI Foundry. Then adoption roadmap, that how you can adopt the whole structure, like 0 to 3 month strategy and landing zone, 3 to 6 month is fast migration wave, then 6 to 12 month like AI adoption, and 12-month plus is the operation and optimization, like how you optimize whatever you actually done, you need to optimize that one time to time. So that is actually after 1 year you can do. So that is the roadmap mentioned here. So the key takeaway here is same thing what actually I mentioned in the beginning, that when you are running some AI application, you should be responsible for not only running the AI, but to adopt the AI in organizations. Then only you will get the job. Then only you will get the a project inside a big organization. That it is not only running a application in AI. It is building a total AI framework so that the organization can get a value from there, and so that you can actually can leverage that value and you can get more skill set, you can develop more skill set in AI, and you can go fast. That's all from my side. So next one, maybe if you have any question, you can ask.
Any questions from audience?
Good morning, sir. I am the sister of IPS student. I have a quick question. So my question is, many organizations adopt cloud successfully, but only few see remain zero trust. What are the biggest practical challenges you have seen, and how can we see overcome?
Sorry, I can't hear you properly actually. Can you go inside, means nearby to the system, maybe the computer where it is running, and from there maybe you can speak.
My question is, many organizations adapt cloud successfully, but only few implemented zero trust. What are the biggest practical challenges you have seen and how can they be overcome?
Yeah, so it's a very good questions actually. So the zero trust, one of the problem here is that there is multiple issues actually. If you consider the experience what I have in the last couple of years to adopting cloud and also AI and all these things. The security is very important part of that, but why they are not able to do zero trust? There's multiple reasons. First thing is that sometimes some of the organization inside people, they don't know that how this zero trust is working. What is, when the project is going on, that time there is they want to means run the project very fast and want to complete the project in proper time, in a timeline. So they actually avoid that zero trust capability or the security portion. Sometime it happen because in some of the project I saw that they ignored the zero trust capability of the security, because when you want to implement the zero trust, so in that case it will take longer time, because you have to implement a lot of new things, lot of security tools, and you need to put in place. You need to do proper audit so that people able to, it should be maker checker. Like suppose you implemented that, some other organization need to come inside and they have to do audit it, that whether whatever you did, it should be done properly. So these are the mechanism you need to put in place. So sometimes the companies don't want to put effort or don't want to put money and time for implementing this one. That is the first question, first answer. Second answer is sometimes there is a lack of skill set, that people don't know what to implement. In cloud there is a more than 200 services are running, so sometimes they miss that these are the services. Some, like I can give you an example. Suppose you are running a network, so network can be run from publicly or network can run from internally, blocking the public internet. So there is an option available to choose that. So sometimes people ignore or people don't know that where this option is available, and they choose public network, internet is available, or public network access. So suppose something you are putting in a storage account, in a storage device, and you mention this one is a publicly accessible by mistake, and then people able to access it from outside, then is a disaster actually. So these type of issues happen, and that's why some of the cases it happened that that zero trust, they're not able to maintain it properly or they're not able to implement properly. But it is doable actually if people give proper time, proper planning. That's why the strategy planning is very important. If you plan it properly, if you put proper time and effort and proper skill set is there, then definitely you can implement that one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the clarity.
Any other questions you have?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I have a question.
Yeah,
A
sure.
company wants to migrate applications to the cloud. What CAF phase should start with?
Okay, so suppose there is a application running in cloud in their legacy on-premise environment, and they want to migrate it cloud. So when they want to migrate in cloud, there is some R factor we actually consider. There is six or five around that the R factor, like rehost, refactoring, retear. So you need to think about that one, that how you want to migrate that application. So first thing you need to understand what is running there, how many years it is old, and if you want to migrate that system to the cloud, the same kind of version is already available in the market or not. Like suppose you have a old iPhone, and that iPhone is already, or old legacy Microsoft, maybe Microsoft Windows 10 or something he was running, and that one already Microsoft told that we are not supporting Microsoft 10, you need to upgrade to Microsoft 11. So in that case, what happened? You cannot migrate that application in cloud. You have to retire that application, and you need to build a application newly in cloud. Or another option is available, that you can do the data, you can take the data, but front end application you can create newly in the cloud. So in that case, what will happen? It is refactoring, like you are doing a refactoring of the application, so that some of the portion, the data, and some of the portion which you can use in the cloud, that is you will use. The other portion you will not use, you will create a new environment, so that it can be go another 5 to 10 years. So that is the way we need to think about the refactor, the different factor option available when you are doing the migration. So it is called R factor. So you need to consider all this R factor.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, we have a last question.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Among the 6 cloud adoption framework phases, which phase organizations struggle the most and why?
So the organization struggle most in the strategy and planning. So, suppose you are building a house, right? And in the building a house, when you are doing the planning, how many pillars will be there, how depth you will go inside in the floor, and all these things. So you need to understand the strategy. You need to think about the strategy for not only 1 or 2 years. You need to understand the strategy for 5 to 10 years or more than that. So company need to understand what they are going to do in next 5 to 10 years, how this cloud infrastructure will grow, how much it can grow. So they have to anticipate all these things, and then they have to plan it properly. The budget will be also there, like costing, like suppose they want to do a cloud environment, they want to build a cloud environment, they need to pay the money every month. So that money also should be there. So that's why the strategy and planning is the most important part. If they can do the strategy and planning properly, then implementation part is later on, it will become a little bit easy. So we can face some problem in the implementation part, in the adoption phase or security phase, but that can be fixed if the strategy and planning is proper.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you everybody joining for this presentation. Hope you like it. Hope you understand something, and you can adopt some of the things in your learning journey. I give you best wishes for your future. So, and you get a good job, good learning experience altogether.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Dr. Ratul, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but I can't hear you properly. If you can come that near the system, it should be better. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Kindly confirm once again. Am I audible? Sir?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to you also. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you very much. And firstly, we should be thankful to each and every student. So for actively listening this session, you are actually shared the valuable insights and very important contributions regarding this CIGAI 2026. Your thought were definitely provoking talk that enriched our understanding and provided valuable perspectives on emerging research and innovation. So we sincerely appreciate on behalf of AITAM-CSE 2026, sir, for your time, expertise, and knowledge sharing session to this event 2026. So on behalf of organizing committee, faculty members, conveners, co-conveners, participants, delegates, research scholars, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you for accepting the invitation and making this session truly memorable. So with this, we come to the end of today's invited session. I request everyone to kindly rise for our national anthem once again, gentlemen. Please be standing.
Okay, then I log off now. Thank you, ma'am. Then in that case, I log off now. Is that okay?
Thank you very much, sir. You can leave the session. Thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.
So, finally, we are concluding the technical session. This is the final inverted talk of CIGAI 2026. So, we are successfully able to close all the inverted talks with the help of the session days. For inverted talk 4, Professor K. Swarupa and Professor R. Suryanarayana acted as the session chairs and successfully able to complete the session. So, as a token of respect, I request Dean R&D and Dean Academics to felicitate the session chairs with a small memento. So, you can give a small clap. Now I request Swarupa Madam to collect the memento. Thank you all. Thank you for patiently listening to the inverted talk. Now we may discuss. Thank you. Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.